Oh my God, hi!
I'm Avelli.
And I'm Tim Moss.
And you are listening to
Loose Lips.
Yeah.
Tim.
How
are you, Mike?
Wider and wider.
Yeah. I've been stretching them out.
Yeah, well.
It's getting warmer, so,
$50 more.
Yeah. How are you?
I am good. I can't believe middle of April already. What's going on here?
I know. Oh my God. And it's springtime. Finally.
It doesn't really feel like it out there.
Oh God, I love it. It's like, in the 60s or 70. And yeah, I love this. This is my kind of weather.
Yeah, I'm waiting until the flowers are blooming now because all the spring flowers are coming up. My hyacinths, the tulips, and
right,
But then they die overnight.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. But Tim, as always, our show is sponsored by Uberlube.
I love Uberlube.
And we must say, Uberlube comes in all different sizes.
It does.
Big, and of course, travel. So you can get Uberlube by visiting uberlube.com.
Yes.
And look,
and your Uberlube
is different sizes, just like I am since the pandemic. Yeah. I went from small to large.
And Uberlube not only goes on your unmentionables, but also you can use it on your hair.
Yes.
Just make it luscious and gorgeous, just gorgeous.
Vidal Sassoon would have been bitching for that shit.
Absolutely. Yes, we love Uberlube.
Yes.
So
we are also heard on SoundCloud.
Yes.
We are on just about every platform, Pandora, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, you name it, we're on it.
Absolutely. And a big, huge shout out to everybody in the UK. For whatever reason, our listeners is just growing and growing and growing. So I just wanted to try my English accent out and call out a few of the cities in England, like Blackheath and Islington and Kenilworth, Camberley, City of Westminster, South Croydon, Leeds, Milton Keynes, Harrogate, Bloxwich, Watford, Ashington, St. Albans, and Whitefield.
Yeah.
We love you. Yay!
I am thrilled. The UK is my favorite place in the world.
Oh my God, our guest.
Yes.
Our guest tonight. Yes. Oh, yay. Love her. Our guest, she began her drag queen career here in New York City. She performed at the legendary establishments like Stonewall and Monster. She's also a recording artist, and her songs can be found on all the major platforms like iTunes and Napster and Amazon Music. She's also an activist, yes, and participating in marches for marriage equality in Times Square.
Hi, isn't that amazing? And she was on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 10, made it to the top 5, darlings, and returned shortly after for RuPaul's All-Stars. I can't wait to talk about that. Mm-hmm. And then before COVID hit, she was traveling all around the world in her one-woman show. And she also writes for publications like Slate, Artforum, Vice, and GQ, and has almost the same amount of followers as we do on Twitter and Instagram. Millions. Please help us welcome the Matzah mama herself, Miz Cracker.
Hello. What a fun introduction. That makes me sound like I've done something, and I really appreciate that. Because at the end of 2020, I feel like I've done nothing but nap, cat nap, and whatever other kind of nap there is.
Well, eats for me. It eats.
Yeah, eat and nap. Just eat myself into a coma and then stay there.
How are you doing, baby girl?
Oh, just living life. I feel a lot better now that it's 2021 and it seems like things might open up a little bit. Yes. But I have to tell you, I was miserable in 2020. It was not a silver linings playbook for me. It was just murder.
The fact that you need to get out, you need to perform, or is it just you just didn't even want to be indoors at all?
Yes, and both. I didn't want to be indoors, and I wanted to get out and perform.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I have to say a little bit. I've really caught up on a lot in like the first 2 months.
Like what, on your reading?
Yeah, big words. But yeah, watching Netflix, that shows I never dreamed of watching before. I was watching, but who had time?
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
You know?
Oh yeah. I mean, I watched it all. I watched the whole, as Bob would say, I watched the whole first season of YouTube.
That could be done in a week.
Mhm.
Well, listen, to go way back, I met you for the first time. I think it was 2011, back at Stonewall, if I'm not mistaken. And you were Brianna Cracker.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
and then, of course, and I think so you performed with Boots and Sals, and it was Bob was Kitten with a Whip. And
That's right.
Now, did you tweet Brianna when you changed your name to Miz Cracker, or was it just you just wanted to change the name?
Well, I had to because there was another queen named Brianna Cracker in Salt Lake City. And I was like, I'm not going to be the other Brianna Cracker. And so I just dropped it and made myself Miss Cracker, MISS Cracker. And then Facebook would like, Miss is not a real name. I was like, what about Ms, M-I-Z? And Facebook was like, okay. So
Yeah.
it's a name that comes out of many accidents, just like me.
Now, I'm just curious, is this Brianna Cracker still around?
Is Brianna Cracker still around? I don't know if she's still around. I've looked for her, cannot find her. So,
but I love that evolution, the evolution to get to Miz Cracker. M-I-C.
Oh yeah. I do everything by chance operation.
Well, now you're here in New York, and I mean, a lot of the New York City entertainers, you know, they have to work during the day and then at night go out to perform. And didn't you quit your day job like years ago and started drag full time? That had to be frightening.
It was terrifying, but I remember how it happened. I was working as a fundraiser at a museum, and they were treating me really well, and it was a great job, but I was miserable every day because I am not an administrator. Let's just put it that way. So I was in the room with my biological mother and my drag mother, and they both basically said, we would rather see you on the streets than employed and miserable. So I was like, I'll take a gulp and take a breath and go ahead and sign the scroll. That's what I did, you know? And
I remember you telling me that, you quit your job, and I'm like, oh my God, I was sweating for you because I'm like, either hit or miss. And for you, it was a huge hit.
Yeah. I remember when I first came to New York, I didn't have a job, and I was living with my grandmother, and she found out that I was gay. She found out that I sucked dick. Let's clarify. Okay, yeah. The gay part was fine. She found out that I sucked dick, and she did not like it. And she kicked me out of the house onto the streets, and all I had was this suitcase of books. And
oh my God.
Yeah, so I was like, I've been done that before. I've had, the Pittsburgh lunch, which is a cigarette, like instead of food. Like I've had those days where I didn't know where I was gonna sleep, you know, and so I was like, I can do it. I can do it all over again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, because you've been in that, that moment now. When did you move to New York City, though? When?
I moved in 2006, so that's like 15 years ago.
Wow.
And I came here on the 6th of September with my sister, and she was dropping me off. She reminded me today she was dropping me off for a 6-month internship. And then I was going to come right back after the internship was over. But it is the unpaid internship that never ended, because here I am today, just still unpaid. Yay!
But happy. That's the most important thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Money.
Everything you see is on layaway. Yes, darling. Oh, God.
I'll be paying my off until they bury me.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, debts. Yeah. That's what we... They say you can't take it with you, but your debts stay with you after you die. You know what I mean? The sins of the father.
God bless the person who's got to take over mine.
Yeah, right.
And the face.
Yeah.
Now, your writing it impresses me. Every time I pick up an article or I read something that you've put out, it's incredible. Now, when was the first time you decided, you know what, I need to be a writer? And what was the first thing that ever was published for you?
I decided I would need to be a writer when I was in 6th grade.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Because there was this a writing assignment where we all had to write one paragraph that set a scene. And, you know, everyone got up and read theirs. I read mine, you know, I'm sure it was great. But then this one girl, Chelsea, she read hers and everybody applauded. And I was like, I'm not going to be the one who doesn't get applause.
Oh.
I think I'm a writer because I care about this so much.
Yeah.
I want to be applauded for this. And I just like, it was that vanity. I had vanity about it. I wanted to be the best one,
right,
so that I knew that I was a writer because I wanted so bad to be a good one. And I think, honestly, just on a tangent, that's essentially what happened when I started drag. I got up on stage and I was like, I'm just doing this for fun. And then someone else got more applause than me. And I was like, this
you're going down.
Gonna go down. Yeah. I'm serious about this now. And feeling that feeling of wanting to be the best one let me know that I cared about it. You know?
Yeah, it all goes back to Chelsea. Bitch.
Yeah.
You
That fucking bitch. Where is she now?
I don't hear any applause.
Yeah, I don't hear that.
The applause is a drug. It
Yeah.
really, I would cry if I couldn't get that applause anymore.
Yeah.
I think the first time I knew I was actually going to do writing professionally is when I got to write something for MIT, and they were paying me like $1 a word to write, and I was like, I'm writing something for a book that's going to be published by MIT. And it was the first time I ever was like paid substantially for writing, and I was like, this is it.
What kind of things do you like to do? Do you like to write comedy or human stories or dramas?
I like to write like I'm talking directly into your eyes. Do you know what I mean? I like to tell people things that I believe, like face to face. I don't like to I don't know. I don't like to use very fancy words. I just like to be very shoulder level and be like, this is what I think. Do you agree?
Right.
You know, let's think through this together. So whether it's fiction or poetry or art criticism or just me writing for Slate being like, what's the gayest kind of gay? You know, we're thinking through things together. You know, I like that. Yeah.
Well, it's very eclectic because think about it. You're writing for big publications and you're also putting your own shows together, which it has to be challenging to go from one to the other. And continuously. I mean, I think we all know that. You don't want to ever burn out.
Well, I think the most important thing for everyone to know is that I did jack shit last year. And I want everyone to know you could be a really creative person and have huge breaks in your creativity, and you can come back. My mom always called it that creative postpartum depression, where you do something really big and then there's like 6 months where you're like spent.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are a lot of artists out there, especially on the music charts now. They could have a #1 hit and they're, tanking on the next one, and they're thinking, oh God, when's the next big break coming?
Yep, absolutely.
Right. Yeah. That's a real feeling.
So did you learn anything from this pandemic into time alone and time away, time off?
God, you know what I learned is that I'm super stubborn. I learned something about myself. Do you know what I mean? Because I was like, the whole time I told myself that things were going to go back to normal at any minute. You know what I mean? And I refused to pivot or change in any way. And so it wasn't until 2021 that I was like, you know what? Gotta accept the reality of things. You're a very stubborn person, Miz Cracker. You're a very stubborn person. So everybody else was like, I pivoted to digital. Now I put velvet curtains on my walls and do shows in my living room. And I was like, I'll see you next month when this is over.
I make handcrafted trinkets now. And
exactly.
Wait, I have to show you what I made.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm going to fall off this chair. I already fell in my house once today. Look what I made.
Oh my God.
Popsicle stick.
That's so
funny. The popsicle sticks.
It has a little person in it too.
Oh my God.
And
yeah, it's all
fabulous. I love that.
We're the same proportions.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, he's built like a little superhero, just like you, Ike.
Thank you. That is amazing.
You and Tom Cruise, same build.
Yeah. And a little
same height. Yeah.
Same waist size. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my biggest fear. Is I said this to Tim last week. Is the amount of weight that I've gained.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
Thing is, if they tell me tomorrow, I can't get in any of my work clothes. So if they were to say tomorrow, oh, everything's open, you can come back to work. Oh, no. Who do we talk to? Who do I talk to? We need another month. There's no way I'm going to be able to get in any of my clothes if they ever open up immediately.
That's why I made sure that all of my work clothes are a 4-way stretch.
Now, when I think Miz Cracker, I think like iconic look. Like, because I've interviewed you several times, like on red carpets at the GLAAD Media or
I remember, yeah,
Am Awards and Sherry Vine's Dragiversary, and
right,
yeah, and every time I think the biggest mohawk I think I've ever seen, and so do you have like a favorite iconic look that you created or that you put together?
Oh, I love what I made for season 10 and the drag on a dime. I really love that look. That mohawk look that you interviewed me in was my first foray into making wild hair. And it was just this mohawk that was like 3 feet tall, and that was covered with butterflies, and so was I. And my sister came to that Glam Awards, and it was just like, back then, it was all about what you could make yourself. And I felt like I did a thing, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
For me, it was the Fabergé egg.
Yay! Yeah, I love that thing.
My God. Yeah. Just a touch here and a touch there. Yeah. It was a very simple product.
Yeah, the Fabergé egg was really like, I think, when they gave me the list to for what we were going to be wearing for season 5, I came up with all the ideas for everything within an hour so that we could get them out to the designers. Yes. And I just remembered that Fabergé egg thing. I'd be like, it's something that transforms and it becomes something else. It's a Fabergé egg. It's a
yes. Oh my God.
It was like, I got it. I'm writing it down. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. And my sister, who is a huge fan of yours, and my niece, Nina, they love the pickle. They can't, the pickle and everything. The pickle.
The pickle is from Party City, and it's iconic, you know? It just goes to show you an outfit is what you make of it, not what it costs, you know?
Believe it or not, I've been in that little boat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, now
the way stretch outfit is what you make of it, yeah.
Well, now you've had the proudest look or the iconic look. Can you think of any moments like when you look back on and just like cringe, like on stage or in a show or on the show?
Honestly, I love all of my looks, but I have to say, what's one that I wore that I'm just like, Jesus Christ. I'm trying to think about it because I know there are some where I'm just like, yep, you did that. I think the one that people hate the most is the hula girl made all out of hair from the Mars ball, like that people say is the one that I should be ashamed of. But and honestly, the craftsmanship on that was not great. But here's the most important thing: if you look beyond the craftsmanship to the fact that I was so thin. I think that's still a good look. I would say so thin. Just like,
it's still are, darling. I saw you in October, and you're still thin.
Yeah, but you know, when you are a regular straight cisgendered heterosexual male, you can be the weight that your body tells you to be. But when you are gay, the ideal is you want people to ask you if you're okay. That's what you. That's the ideal weight.
Let me check your pulse. Let me check your pulse.
My ideal weight is. You know what I mean?
I can't.
It's just like,
I love it.
So yeah, it's like I always tell people, you know, people are watching my figure. So, you know, I feel this, I think, pressure to just be non-existent. But Taylor and Swift and I have a lot in common because we both have everything. I was watching the Taylor Swift documentary, and she was like, sometimes I see myself on camera and want to starve myself. I was like, oh my God, same. And then she was like, that's not a good thing. I was like, oh, okay.
I'm so sorry, Taylor. This is where we differ.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, all right.
This
so
is where we separate.
No gay rights. I get it.
You go your way.
But yeah, no, I think there is, like, in all honesty, just to cap this part of the conversation on, I think there's a pressure on all of us to be micro, and that pressure culminated in me looking fantastic on season 10.
I know 10 was iconic. Let me tell you, iconic. I think for me, in the gay world, being 55 next month, I don't care if I'm heavier. I don't care if I'm thinner. I don't care what people think. I think that's one of the great parts of getting older. You don't get no more.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that that's a beautiful place to be. I'm 37, and I certainly am more that way than I was in my 20s. You know, and so I look forward to my 40s because I'm just like, if I've advanced this much in the last 10 years, what will the next 10 years bring?
Right.
You know?
That's a great way to look at it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because every decade has its grace and its learning curve, you know?
Yeah.
And the 40s, honey, the 40s are wonderful. Well, the 30s and the 40s, because you're old to know better, but you're still young enough to do it.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Look at Betty White, that bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Every day.
I thought I was looking at her.
Thank you. I love it. So tell us, what is Miz Cracker have in store for 2021?
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't know. But I allegedly I'm going to be touring through Europe and the UK with Club Kids. And I allegedly it's going to be with Thorgy and Rock'em Sakura. Both of whom I love at very different levels. And I'm going to be preparing for my She's a Woman tour in February of 2022 in the Americas and such as. But mostly I'm going to be trying to I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be trying to turn over a new leaf as far as being optimistic. That's what I'm going to be doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of gigs, but there's always gigs. Like, the real heavy lifting is going to be making myself like keep my chin up and keep going, because this has been a ride. This has been a ride for all of us. Well,
I think the one thing we learned from last year is reinvent. You know, it's
absolutely.
The biggest thing for me. I'm like, I think we talked about this too when we were out in October. It's like when you get back on stage, you're like, am I going to be like, okay? Am I going to be, am I going to like,
are they going to clap?
Right. You know?
God, that's very true. I got up, and I always used to tell people when they're like, how do you do comedy on stage? I'm like, you're a man in a dress. It's funny already. Just tell them,
Just roll with it.
Yeah, I'm just like who you are, where you are, and what day it is, and then that will be funny by itself because of who you are. And so I got up on stage and did my first show at Playhouse, my first show, solo show in over a year. And I was just like, hello, everybody. My name is Miz Cracker. You're at Playhouse, and it is Saturday night. And everyone's like, yeah! And I was like, yep, the laws have not changed. Simple is best, you know? Just don't pressure yourself. Just tell people what's up and have a good time.
Amen. And, you know, I do miss the times at Sweet Bar with you and Brenda Darling. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. So many people have been like Sweet Bar is an excellent example of a family. I did a show there for almost 8 years. And because of the pandemic and all the pressures on everybody, that bar staff that I've known for almost a decade has had to split up, move to other states, you know.
God. Yeah.
And it's just like, obviously we can't have the same kind of shows there. So it's just like, it's really heartbreaking to see. And I want people to give themselves permission to be heartbroken over this stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Absolutely.
I think so often we're like, oh, it's hard. You know, they're like, negative energy attracts negative things. So I won't be negative. I'm like,
I can't.
Yeah, exactly.
But you were talking earlier about not knowing where you're going to sleep that night, or you know, like living out of one suitcase type of thing, and then going on RuPaul's Drag Race, and now, like the last time I interviewed you was at DragCon, and line was around the block for people who wanted to meet you and take a picture with you and tell you how much you love they love you. And I mean, to go from one extreme to the other, what is that like?
Yeah.
If you can explain.
It's what the poets call a mind fuck, because I think the journey of so many queer people is from nothing and invisibility to wherever they are now. And from nothing and invisibility, everything seems like such a huge step. So to step into the spotlight and on national television, it was just so huge that I couldn't even absorb it. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine.
So
you couldn't absorb it, but just stayed true to who you are, and that speaks volumes of your upbringing and the person that you are. Otherwise, we wouldn't be friends.
I try to look at all the other successful drag queens in my life and just be like, I don't want to be like that. So
we'll edit that part out later.
I just know. I mean, honestly, like what I always think is like, I always wanted to be someone that kept their feet on the ground, and honestly, it is because I like Caitlin is a huge part of that for me. My co-pilot in life, Caitlin, is a huge part of that because she was like, "You're carrying your suitcases," and no, that performance was terrible. So, I mean, I think she keeps me humble and keeps reminding me like who I really actually am, and I need that.
You have somebody to keep you grounded and be real.
Yeah, absolutely. And I honestly, I do feel that authenticity is going to be the next cool thing. You know, that
I hope so.
And that's what, again, I love and admire about you is you're you, and that works for you. So keep it.
Yeah. I always tell people I don't have a personality. I have a disorder. Like I can't help being this way. This is not like, I'm not like, woo, let my freak flag
fly or something.
Say that 6 times. Yeah. Freak flag.
Yeah, no, but I'm just like, I can't help being this way. Like I am compulsively, obsessively, constantly myself. And it's just, it's a blessing and a curse to be always yourself and under any circumstances.
Well, we are so blessed our paths crossed, and so happy
And so proud of you. So proud of you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you. And you know what? I just remember all of the experiences that we had here in New York City together, Ike and Tim. And they're so wonderful to me. And they were big parts of me growing up and becoming who I am. So what I'm hoping is that when these doors open again, we'll be able to do stuff together again in person instead of like this.
Yeah.
Instead of like a Fox News panel.
The Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look down.
Yeah.
It always looked like he was hooking up her skirt.
Yeah, like
the father. He was always like,
well, we know he wasn't doing that.
Right, Robert Reed. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's the story of a man named Brady. 3 sons.
Right. Yeah.
How very Matt Gates of him.
Yeah.
Right.
So we are very grateful that you're going to stick around and do some segments.
Yes.
Yes.
Thrilled. And the first segment we have is called, well, I want you to think of Name That Tune, first of all. This segment
Name That Tune.
How fast can you talk about your week?
Okay.
All right. So I will say, Miz Cracker, Tim, I could talk about my week in 60 seconds.
Oh, well, Ike and Miz Cracker, I can talk about my week in 45 seconds.
Well, I can talk about my week in 5 seconds.
Miz Cracker, talk about your week.
Okay. Woke up, nap, went to bed.
Time's up.
Now, Tim and I have to do the same thing you did in 5 seconds.
Oh my God.
So, Tim, talk about your week.
Very productive, recording shows and plays online. And I did my taxes.
Oh my God.
So this is Tim's last show before he goes off to jail.
Yeah.
All right, my turn. All right, I spoke to Vicky Villanez. We're working on recording a song together, a play in Chicago. The theater's closing, and
Rhode Island. Ding! Time's up.
Didn't even finish. So.
I hope you didn't bury the lead.
As long as I don't get on top of them, I wouldn't. All right, so our next segment is called What?
I love this thing.
I have one too, but it vibrates.
Yeah.
It's called What the
His
Hell
name is Bruno.
Don't you love Bruno Mars?
Yes.
Oh.
In many different ways.
I seen him at the Grammys, and I'm thinking, well, he's the only one I know. And I'm like, oh my God, he's so adorable.
Yeah, he is.
He sang with Anderson .Paak, who I'm attracted to.
Okay.
Yeah.
No clue. Who is that?
The one that Bruno Mars sang with that was they're part of like the Smooth Talkers or whatever they're called.
Yeah. That was good. All right, so this next segment is called What the Hell Did I Just Put in My Mouth?
Work.
Now, Tim, I think this is in your neck of the woods. You went out and you picked this up from Lilac Chocolates.
Yes. I remember Lilac Chocolate for years down on Christopher Street. Since I moved to New York in 1982, Lilac was always on Christopher Street. And Lilac, I love Lilac. And and then they closed on Christopher Street, and I thought, oh my God, they're gone. Well, they've opened in several different locations. So I stopped by Chelsea Market at the Lilac and Chelsea Market and got our stuff. Yay!
Nice. Now, are all the stores, they all have different selections, or they?
No, they have the same basic ones, from what I understand. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And they're all good. Anything from Lilac is good. So we did Fudge.
Tonight we got Fudge.
And the people, and also I just want to say that the people that put them in the bag or in the box are actual Fudge packers.
So, congratulations.
Yeah. That is brilliant. All right, so I got the traditional fudge because, as we all know, I'm allergic to chocolate and peanuts. Okay. So I'm sure, Miz Cracker, what did you get?
I don't know. Wait, what is it? How do I know?
Oh, you can open up.
Lilac.
Yeah,
I'm still struggling with the packaging.
well, I know you said you liked, I believe, the peanut butter. So we got
Oh
something.
my god. Oh my god, I'm counting calories, and this peanut butter fudge is gonna kill me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm counting
I
calories.
can't wait to die of diabetes right here on camera.
My dream is
Going through diabetic
by
coma.
the time this is over. So I'm
Okay, here we go.
This is so good.
This is very nice and soft.
Mm.
It's good.
It is good. All right.
Yeah.
I put a piece on mine. I have mine. I cut a piece. And
Now we can make an off-camera note, or maybe you want to keep it in, that we expected that this maybe would have hardened into a fossil of itself.
Yeah, right.
But it's delicious. It's still soft and tasty, and yeah.
You have the peanut butter, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the chocolate.
Maybe.
I got maple walnut. Maple walnut.
Mm.
Oh my god.
And actually,
Oh my god, this is so good.
It's very good.
Very good.
God.
Lilac.
Mm.
Lilac chocolate in New York City.
And when you got this one at what store?
I got this one at Chelsea Market.
Chelsea Market.
I love
It's
Chelsea
not
Market.
too sweet.
Mm.
Oh, you're being all dainty with a fork. I'm like,
Oh yeah. I have to
I'm
I
digging
have
it
to be delicate.
It's actually
You know,
really
she's a woman.
Mhm.
have to be dainty.
With my dollar store silverware.
I love it. Oh my god, this is so delicious.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Oh yeah, I'll be Kirstie Alley by the end of the week.
Oh. Mm.
Takes me back to childhood. Like, you know, it's almost mine is like almost like a Reese's peanut butter cup if it were more sophisticated. If she went to an Ivy League school. You know what I mean? It's if a Reese's peanut butter cup went to finishing school.
What's that joke? I had trouble finishing school.
Yeah, finishing school. I don't even know her.
Yeah. That
Oh
was
my
delicious.
God.
That's lilacchocolates.com.
Mm-hmm.
And they even have delivery, which is great.
Yeah, I think it's LICLAC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think a hyphen
lilac.
in there, right? LI hyphen
LI-LAC. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it says on there?
Wonderful.
Okay, so this is going to be fun. We're
Lilac.
going to play a little game, Miz Cracker.
I'm ready.
But Tim and I are the contestants. So
Oh, okay. Oh, this is what the papers were for?
yes,
Okay.
we are going to give you a couple of questions. Say cold or hot, and you have to think in your head which one you like, and we're going to try to figure out which one you're going to say.
Okay.
So let's do the first question. So the first
Right.
But
question
I won't say my answer
Right.
until
Right.
you guys have guessed.
Right.
The first question would be, would you prefer to vacation in your own country or travel abroad? So, Tim, you and I will write down what we believe Miz Cracker is going to answer.
Okay. Well, that's not hot or cold. I'm confused. Okay. But I got. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what your answers are.
Oh, I thought you were going to answer. I can't see.
Okay.
I say that this broad would travel abroad.
Absolutely. You are both correct.
Okay, so we both get a
To
point.
put it quite broadly, yeah.
Okay, next one. Summer or winter?
Oh.
This is like match game.
It is.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Can you see?
I think you're a summer girl.
You're both wrong. I hate the summer. I hate when
Really?
I sweat in my hair and it like pools up behind the duct tape under my wig, and it drips down my back. It's disgusting. It's like a reservoir at the top of my head.
Well, I'm a total winter person myself, but I don't know many others because I would much rather be too cold than too hot.
Yeah. If the world doesn't look like Grey Gardens, I'm not into it. Do you know what I mean? I like a dead planet. Yeah, which loves it dreary. I want Seasons by Tim Burton. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Valentina or Aquaria?
Oh, what was that?
Valentina.
Oh, Valentina
or Aquaria.
Aquaria.
You're both wrong. I said Vanjie.
I love it. Miracle. Emails or phone calls?
Bam.
Oh, it's such a tough choice, but I think you got it right. I would rather accomplish 15 emails in 15 minutes than one phone call in 15 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
It depends on who you're talking to, I guess, too.
Because you're always like, oh, yeah, no, how are you? Yes, no.
Yeah.
Me too. Anyway, now to get down to the business, it's just like...
No, I agree. It is phone calls now it's a lost art almost. Yeah.
But no, I get worried.
So much easier to text.
When the pandemic started, I'm used to just texting, but now people were calling. And I'm like, what do you say? I got to run. Where was I going? We were in the middle of...
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, I was on my way to the kitchen.
I was on my way to the kitchen. Yeah. What I hate more than anything is when every single phone call became a Zoom. You know what I mean? Like you can't just have a phone call with a client or a colleague anymore. It has to be a Zoom. And I'm like, why are we both pretending that we're going to be dressed at that time? Yeah. Like one of us should say that I'm going to be naked then. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Did you ever have like an accident or a Zoom accident, like where you stood up and forgot that you had your pants off or anything like that?
No, it was always on purpose.
Love it. Well, we got a few more games. Well, not a few more games. A few more questions. RuPaul or Lady Bunny?
Oh my God. Well, I have to.
I got RuPaul. She pays your bill.
Yeah. I have to say that I love Lady Bunny. She called me when she was working on her Dry Ass Pussy song, which I thought was such an honor to get a phone call from her. And I love her so much. However, she has not handed me as much cold hard cash as RuPaul.
I love it.
Let's say RuPaul speaks Hebrew. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, Tim, you won that game.
Oh, what do I win?
Anyway.
Yeah.
I would have won a new car. All right. Question and answer time. So,
do I need a pen
some
for
of these
this?
questions usually come in for the guests, and some come in for Tim and I. So,
Tim,
yes. You want to start out, Tim, or?
Okay. Brielle from Somerset has 2 questions for Miz Cracker. I'll ask you the first one. Do you keep in contact with a lot of the queens from season 10 or All Stars?
I keep in contact with a lot of the girls from season 10 and All Stars, but most of all, I am on the phone with the Vixen and Juju.
I mean, like call or like hello, how are you doing? And
hello, is this number 227? The Vixen, please. Thank you. I'll hold.
Pull out the plug.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's hysterical.
Yeah, on the phone.
I love Juju.
Yeah, I'll even FaceTime with Juju.
Yeah,
as hard as that is.
Go ahead, Tim. You want to go for the next one?
Oh, okay. Oh, sure. Brielle also wants to know, what is an underrated part of being on RuPaul's Drag Race that you love?
Delicious craft services.
Oh.
Like, an underrated part of being on RuPaul's Drag Race is the wonderful food that they serve to you while you're working your little ass off, you know? So yeah, it's an underrated, underknown. Also, but on to be real, an underrated part of being on RuPaul's Drag Race is getting to work with all the incredible women that make the show happen, because the crew is like 75% amazing women. And I think it's funny that we don't think women are a part of the drag community. Like, people have that belief still when on RuPaul's Drag Race, in the bars, on stage as queens, like, women are such a huge part of this whole thing. So I think that women are an underrated part of the RuPaul's Drag Race experience.
Beautiful answer. Beautiful. I love that.
But back to the crafts, to the craft table of the food. Like, what would they serve?
Just like the most delicious comfort food, like macaroni and cheese and mashed potatoes with cheese and chicken with cheese and peas with cheese, and it's just like such a wonderful thing. I think you can sense a theme.
Yes.
But that's cool to know. That's very cool to know.
Yeah.
But you never see that on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Juju ate it all.
Guess who's not getting a call anymore?
Exactly.
Radiant deletes. All right, now we have one from Sean from Conroe, Texas. Oh, I think this one's for us, Tim. Do you have video footage? We would love to see the Carol Ida White episode. Were you in costumes for Laverne and Shirley sketch?
Oh, yeah, we didn't really do. Did we? I don't remember.
We
did with wigs and
Yeah. That's on YouTube. I don't even know the YouTube page. Damn it! Just look for Loose Lips, the podcast, on YouTube. We had Carol Ida White from Laverne and Shirley on the show, as she played Rosie Greenbaum, the redhead.
Wow!
And she did
we did a scene from Laverne and Shirley with her. I think I was Laverne and you were Shirley.
I was Shirley and she
was
Rosie
yeah.
It was phenomenal. All right, now we
for you. Is there another question?
Yeah, there's Dawn from Bakersfield, California. She wants to know Miz Cracker, what is your favorite place to perform?
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just the audiences are great. The people in Minneapolis are wild. Like, Minneapolis and St. Paul, the Twin Cities, those people are crazy, and they know how to have a good time. And I don't know. Like, I could say Chicago also, but I feel like that's such an obvious one. Chicago loves drags so much. But I like, on the low, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I love it. Caitlin loves it. It's great.
Now, is drag huge out there, or is it just something where they're just so happy to have somebody come out and they're very over it?
I think drag is huge out there, and they're so happy to have someone come out. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. It's wonderful. And they have such interesting venues. I've performed in like amusement parks and bowling alleys and bars and wedding receptions. But they will allow drag anywhere. So I love it.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah. One of my most memorable shows was at the Carlton Theater in Minneapolis. Yeah, it was I'm not sure if it's even there anymore, but it was a huge, they had like name entertainers, and it was a huge like dinner theater. Yeah. It was fabulous. But yeah, I love it.
What a wonderful city.
We were supposed to go out to Chicago last year for Pride and do 50 Shades of Gay. And we just found out now that the theater's not going to be open anymore.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh my God.
That's insane.
Unfortunately, that's happening around the country. Yep.
I know.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I think creativity is going to explode after this, and we will find new venues and create new things and find ways to get out there and do our thing. Most definitely.
Yeah.
One more question I have for you. How long from beginning to end does it take you for Miz Cracker to be stage ready or camera ready?
An hour and a half.
Really? Not bad.
Yeah.
But that's not with, that's with you've got an outfit and a hairstyle that you've already decided on.
Right. It takes me an hour to make my own wig.
Wow.
So if I'm going to be making a wig, I have to like spend an hour making it, run to the shower, run out, do makeup for an hour, and then struggle my pads on for half an hour.
Yeah. That's so fascinating. That's incredible.
Yeah, a lot of work goes into it. And, you know, sometimes there are people that go out and they perform for only an hour, and it takes 2 hours to get ready. And
right. Oh, my God.
Insane.
Naomi Smalls was the first person to introduce me to taking time on your makeup. She spends like 2.5 hours on her makeup, and I was like, well, that explains why she looks like that. You know, she looks phenomenal, and it's because she spends with her heart and soul into it every time. So I used to take like 45 minutes to do my face, like just like you know, but after Naomi, I like slowed it down. I slowed down my process a little bit out of respect for people's eyes, you know.
Exactly.
But did she do one of those, Miz Cracker, come here, we got to talk?
She didn't do that. It's like we'd be in the dressing room together, and she'd be like, oh God, for me, I need to spend 2 hours on my makeup. And I was like, oh. And then she'd be like, people who use a black powder for a cut crease just doesn't work. And I'd be like,
yeah. But that's who you learn from. You learn from the best.
That's how I learned from the best. And I remember Pheromone saying in the middle of a conversation, she was like, you know, I can't talk to you when your face is that dry. We need to teach you how to moisturize.
That is fabulous.
Two of my favorite women in the entire world. I have to say, like, weirdly, for what my drag taste is like Miss Fame, Pheromone, Naomi Smalls. Yep. I just can't get enough of them, and I think they deserve the world.
Yeah, Pheromone, like, she's a classic. She goes back,
Oh, she is, and people don't know how crazy she is. And I hope one day she writes. I hope she writes a book, because she is insane.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of books,
honey, yes, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You were going to say something about a book. Go ahead.
No, I was. Don't you have a book?
Me?
Yeah. Or a book you're writing.
Yeah. I thought I was like, Ike has a book.
Well, I actually do.
Yeah, he does. But
it came out like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Oh wow! Now I have to buy your book on Amazon, on Etsy.
It doesn't look like me.
And take a picture of it somewhere, like in Europe or something, with you in the picture.
Yeah.
People like from all around the place.
You've made it so far, Ike. You know. Well, I am writing right now. I am writing a lot for myself, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But I've written 13,000 words just for me, and we'll see what happens to it.
Wow,
that's great. Yeah. That's great.
Now you're already putting your new show together, so. Say they tell you, you know, we need you to start traveling in September. Will you be
ready? I mean, no. No, honestly, if I had to do a show next month, I would write it.
Yeah.
But it's just like the writer will always stall to the last goddamn minute. So knowing that my American tour will be in February, I'm like, oh, we're going to play chicken with this bitch. You know what I mean? We're going to play chicken with it. I will wait until January 29th.
People write, trust me, people write better under pressure. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I think it's knowing you have that deadline and you got to either give or die.
Yep. That's right. Yeah. Something's got to give. And I hope it's me. Yeah.
Well, I hope you come to New York City.
Yes.
I would love to.
Yeah, I know. And I don't know when this is going to come out, but I'll be performing around the city at places like Playhouse and Industry.
Oh,
so like, just keep your eyes peeled on my Instagram.
Well, tell
it's
everybody
like,
your
it's
Instagram.
so wonderful. Yeah. It's MIZ_Cracker, and the shows sell out really fast. It feels so great. It's because there's 10 seats available. That's why. But it still feels good. It still feels good.
And they could also find you and where you're traveling on MizCracker.com.
That's right.
And I really, truly hope I get to see you. And if you're going to the Playhouse, you better text me. I'll be there.
Okay, work.
We'll both be there.
Yeah.
Work. Let's do it.
Seriously. And thank you so much for being on our show. I know you have big interviews, and you decided to come on Loose Lips.
Aww.
I can't talk right now. I'm on my way to the kitchen.
We love you so much, honey. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
On your success and everything you're doing. We're so proud of you. And this is the part where we rate your product.
Oh, thank you.